Hello, print friends. My name is Reynaldo Gil Zambrano, and I have been printmaking for 8 years. In the summer of 2021, we decided to travel and document the growth of contemporary print with the shared stories of artists and curators living in the US, giving you a look inside their studios. Prepare to join us for a journey through the inspirations that made us fall in love with the art of printmaking.
With etching, you're drawing with a needle tool generally, not necessarily always, but I feel like that there's a preciseness that can be achieved, similar to maybe drawing with pen and ink, yet there's some level of permanence with the etching process. And there's also always an unexpected result. Like, there's sort of a risk and a mystery to the process. It's somehow stimulating to my psyche and my brain. It keeps me curious. My name is Jill AnnieMargaret. I'm a professor in the Department of Art, Design, and Visual Studies here at Boise State University. And right now we're sitting in the printmaking suite at the Center for the Visual Arts. I grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I feel like art played a really important role for me in terms of bringing me solace through drawing and kind of some privacy in my own room. I grew up with three brothers, and things were pretty rowdy and things were kind of difficult too. So art definitely, like drawing, was super important as a small child, and it's still pretty important now. I remember making my first print probably in 10th grade. It was a relief block print, and it won a prize like in this show for a school or something. And then I did some relief printing on my own, like in my 20s. I was working in the wilderness, and then I ended up moving to California, thinking I'm going to live with my family and just dive into the art world. I didn't know what I was getting into. Let's just put it that way. But I ended up, while I was caring for my grandmother who had Alzheimer's, taking a class at this place in Palo Alto, California, where I learned reduction lino cut from an artist named Carol Doyle. And so during this really kind of difficult personal period where I lived with my aging grandparents, I took these classes from this particular woman who was really, really great and taught me about working in a printmaking studio. She was very funny and fierce, kind of. But I learned that process, and that was before I went to get my BFA or anything like that. I feel like that really prepared me for kind of a career in printmaking. My goal was to get a job teaching because I really loved, I really like working with people. And I don't know, once I learned about etching, I never really turned back in terms of like, I didn't look anywhere else for another medium necessarily, but I do kind of love all processes. So what is RUMPA, the Rocky Mountain Printmaking Alliance? RUMPA was an idea that I had in 2009. After attending a couple of different SGCIs, I realized and looked around, like, we don't really have something like this in the mountain states. Maybe this might be something that, if other people are interested in, would be helpful. And then in 2011, it was a really rough year for me that I hosted, along with my students. We had a service learning semester. We hosted the inaugural symposium here at Boise State in the old building, and did partner with the Boise Art Museum. We had about 35, maybe 40 people come, and it was wonderful. It was just the best. It was amazing. That was the first one in 2011, and now this fall we've had to make some changes, but we've had 5 in-person symposiums. One at Washington State and 2 here. Watershed was I hosted with my students in 2016, and it grew from 35 people to 100 participants from 11 states, which was incredible. RUMPA seems like it's fulfilled a need in the Western, Rocky Mountain states, kind of in dealing and kind of addressing those of us that live in the rural kind of expanse of the West. And so it's been more than I could have hoped for. because I started really learning printmaking during a really tumultuous time in my life, and I found that the making of art and specifically working in that studio with the other people really helped kind of buoy me and keep me afloat, like with my mental health and just my spirit. There's a discipline aspect to printmaking that requires attention and safety, attention to detail, mindfulness and safety, consideration of others who are working in the community print shop, and passing on the information, passing on sort of the tradition and kind of the workshop nature of printmaking, and kind of being able to help others through the process of becoming disciplined artists. I don't know. There's something about being in this space with the students and other folks that it's challenging, but it's also uplifting. And I think this space has so much potential to bring so many people together around the art of printmaking and to influence the community in positive ways.